What what is kind of turning out to be a growing need that we're targeting at Beacon? So as we said, there's social media has a lot of these shortfalls, and it's kind of fueling a lot of division and misinformation and all this. What are we trying to help support immediately? Which I think a couple examples would be the situation in the South and other states who don't have the same access to abortion as other states, right? Or even the situation in your library, and just kind of reducing freedoms. Don't say gay in Florida, all that kind of stuff. What is our target right now?
Well, I'll say also, Don't Say Gay has basically passed here in North Carolina too. It's just not called the same thing. So the situation, as you say, is dire, and social media is a totally inadequate tool for organizing, but it's the best everybody has. So we see all of these activists and all these organizations trying to do good, devoting resources and money and time to keeping an endless stream of content going about the work they're doing. And it's just totally impractical. How Beacon is going to be different. I mean, this is why we're really excited about Actor. In the first place, there's just what we want are really clear communication channels between the people who need to work together. With Actor, we're going to have a situation where groups can have their own space, and then they can have subspaces or smaller groups within that group. So like take, for example, the Racial Justice Coalition in Asheville. They have all these different working groups who focus on different tasks, and they could have like different working groups within the RJC group that then can communicate with each other, but then are still aware of what's happening with the whole. And then RJC could also potentially know what another, like the Transmission Project, who we hope to work with. They're also a group that's active in Asheville, and they're working with the trans population, particularly the imprisoned population of trans folks. There's a concept called interlocking oppressions, and it's really important in the struggle for freedom and for the protection of the planet and each other to understand how our struggles are connected. And this
Right.
first became apparent to me during Occupy. And that's like the beauty of things like Facebook and social media is that all these different issues, they can see each other in one place and potentially share pools of support. But because of the way social media is laid out, because of its priorities, the algorithms, the content centric design, it doesn't end up working that way. Um,
Right.
but we shift to a totally clean platform that has no ads, it has no clutter. There's no incentive to keep creating content. You just want to update, tell people what you're doing, and show them how they can get involved. It creates a much cleaner, more user centric experience. And also, like really key is the end to end encryption that Actor offers at a
Yes.
time when basic human rights are being criminalized, like an abortion or a drag show or just talking about homosexuality in a school. We need a way to talk about these things on secure channels. There's already been instances of Facebook giving up folks who aided in someone getting an abortion across state lines. Um, and so to do effective organizing at a time when like our existence is being criminalized, we need to be able to communicate privately.
Not only do we need to communicate privately, but we also need to tell people what's going on about what's happening and what the importance of all this is, and that's why we're pivoting towards journalism.
Yeah, and that's kind of like we have almost two faces now. There's the outward face where we're a beacon trying to get more people involved, and then there's the inside of it where we're actually providing organizational tools so that once you're involved, you can organize effectively and communicate.